So at the start of the week, you will have watched some videos and read some information about what inflation is. We're now going to look at applying that and using some maths with it. So our long-term learning target is still the same. I can solve percentage problems using a multiplier. And our supporting learning target is I can apply my knowledge and skills to real-life situations. So when the first UK McDonald's store opened in 1974, a hamburger cost just 15 pence. To buy a hamburger now, it will cost you 89 pence. So why does the hamburger cost so much more now? And hopefully your answer can be, well, it's mainly due to inflation. There are other things that affect the price of things. And so, for example, you could say that the quality of the beef that they use in the hamburger has improved. And so it costs more to get that quality beef. But generally, inflation is the main reason as to why it's gone up. Remember to pause and make notes where you need to. So if the Bank of England meets its target of 2% inflation this year, how much would you expect a hamburger to cost next year? So we said it costs 89 pence. So we're going to do 0.89 for the 89 pence. I'm just going to turn it into pounds. It makes it easier. And I'm going to multiply it by 1.02 because we're increasing by 2%. So just going back to your percentage increase knowledge that we've done already. So if I put that in my calculator, 0.89 times 1.02, and we get to 2 decimal places, 0.91, so 91 pence. Make sure you are rounding correctly as well. So on the calculator it says 0.9078. We're talking about money, so it's got to be 2 decimal places, and make sure you are rounding up if you need to. So, cheeseburger, when it first opened, was 21 pence, now it's 99 pence. How much would you expect a cheeseburger to cost in 3 years' time, assuming that the Bank of England met its 2% inflation target? So this is a repeated percentage change of 2% each year. So you can't just find 2% and add it on 3 times, because you've got to find 2% and add it on, then find 2% of the new value and add it on, then find 2% of that value and add it on. But if you think back to the maths that we've done for repeated percentages, you should remember that we can do the price, the 99 pence, multiplied by 1.02 to the power of 3, because we're doing it 3 times. So we're increasing it repeatedly 3 times. So it's a lot quicker to do it this way. And then I put that in my calculator, and you get to 2 decimal places, 1.05. It's just by chance as well. I noticed it earlier that it's going up by 2 pence. That does not mean that 1% is 1 pence. It's just by coincidence that these are the values that I'm using. So don't fall into that trap. And then lastly, just going to look at the average price of cinema tickets. So taking information from a graph. So you've got the year on the x-axis, the horizontal axis, and the price in Great British pounds on the y-axis. The prices have been labelled individually because you can't read it from the scale. 4.4 for 2000 is obviously £4.40, so just be aware of that. So what would you expect the price to be in 2011 when inflation was 3.86%? So the government didn't meet its target that year. You could go on the Bank of England and read the letter about it as to why it didn't. So it was a lot higher, 3.86%. So if we look at 2011, the price is £6.06. That's supposed to say, I've just realised my error with that. It should be, what would you expect it to be in 2012 when inflation was 3.86% in 2011? So in 2011 it was £6.06. So we're not multiplying by 1.02 because that's not what inflation was. We're multiplying by 1.0386. Put that in my calculator. And we get to 2 decimal places, £6.29. So for part B, is the price in 2012 higher or lower than the 3.86% increase? So in 2012, it was actually £6.37. So it was higher than the 3.86%. So it's gone up by more than inflation. So overall, the cost of going to the cinema has increased. because you would generally say the cost of living goes up by 3.86%, so your wages will probably go up by that amount, but the cinema's gone up by more than that. And there's other reasons as to why that might happen. And last question, using the average price from 2019, predict the price of a cinema ticket in 2029, assuming the Bank of England meets its 2% inflation target. So the price in 2019 is £7.11. And we're going to multiply by 1.02. And we're going from 2019 to 2029, so that's 10 years. So £7.11 times 1.02 to the power of 10. And you get £8.67. So that's what we would expect in 10 years' time. But as you can see, generally the prices go up, but in the past couple of years it's gone down. The only thing that I'm thinking of in my head is that I know View have changed it where it's like a £5 to go and see something, go and see anything. So that could be a reason as to why those averages have gone down.